Warship Wednesday, Episode 15. The USS Porterfield was a Fletcher-class destroyer of the United States Navy. Laid down on the 12th of December 1942, launched on the 13th of June 1943, and commissioned into the US Navy on the 30th of October that same year. Following her shakedown cruise, the Porterfield joined Task Force 53 and got underway on the 12th of January 1944, arriving off the Marshall Islands on the 31st of January. Her first job was shore bombardment around the Kwajalein Islands, followed by a shelling of the islands of Roy and Namur. Sorry about this. On the 4th of February 1944, the Porterfield left to escort several convoys of cargo and troop transport ships to Funafuti. Pardon me. She joined the USS Fletcher and headed to Majuro. Sorry about this, I don't know what's wrong with me. On the 20th of February, she got underway from Majuro in company with a division of battleships in order to bombard the Marshalls. Several destroyers, including Porterfield, screened the battleships as they bombarded the shore. After finishing that duty and arriving back in Pearl Harbor, she joined the replenishment group for the Fast Carrier Task Force, screening the oil tankers. This duty continued until the end of April, when Porterfield once again set back for Pearl Harbor. After returning, she was tasked with escorting aircraft carriers during the invasion of the Marianas. The group sortied from Pearl Harbor on the 30th of June, with Porterfield's group of carriers supplying air cover for the advance into the Marianas. The group arrived off Saipan on the 15th of June, and shortly after, enemy air attacks began. Porterfield stayed with the carrier force, rescuing 2 shot-down pilots, before being sent to Eniwetok, I think, on the 1st of July for dry docking. After repairs, she returned to Saipan on the 11th and helped screen the carriers until being sent to Guam in early August. On the 3rd of August, she was detached from the carrier force to join the Fast Carrier Task Force once again, then the 5th Fleet's Task Force 58. She rendezvoused with Task Force 58.4 east of Guam on the 6th, and operated them for the rest of the Guam campaign. Returning to Eniwetok, sorry if I keep on butchering that name, on the 10th. The group put to sea again on the 29th and launched raids against the Japanese forces on Palau and Mindanao in support of the landings in the Palaus. The ships remained in the area between the Philippines and the Palaus during the course of September. The carrier force left Ulithi, sorry if I butchered that name, on the 6th of October with Okinawa and Formosa as their main objectives. Air raids from the Japanese were heavier this time, and Porterfield claimed 3 aircraft shot down, also rescuing the crew of a torpedo bomber from the carrier Hornet. Following the attacks on Okinawa and Formosa, the group was sent to the Philippines, screening for units of the Japanese fleet. At dawn on the 25th of October, carrier aircraft from the task force began their strikes against Japanese forces, crippling the entire group and sending it running back to Japan. The Porterfield was ordered to join 4 heavy cruisers to finish off any damaged ships. The group engaged 1 Japanese cruiser that sank just as the destroyers began a torpedo attack. The Formation sailed again on the 1st of November for an operating area east of Samar, the island famous for the Battle of Samar, and the last stand of the USS Johnston and the USS Samuel B. Roberts, battles which I'm sure many of you will have heard of. On the morning of the 5th, the carriers launched a strike against Luzon, I think, amid pretty bad weather. Porterfield rescued an aircraft pilot from Langley using one of her boats. On the 22nd of November, she sailed from Mulithi for raids on Luzon, returning for resupply on the 3rd of December. A week later, on the 10th, she was underway for Luzon and recovered yet another pilot from the Langley on the 13th. Now, usually I would go on to say something like, Porterfield was beached on Juro and left there after a Japanese torpedo attack, but not this time. I unfortunately have to say that this is part 1 of 2 on the USS Porterfield, as she had a very long career after World War II. I apologise for this, and I really hope you can forgive me after all the times I've missed videos recently. Thank you for watching so much, and part 2 will be out next Wednesday. Goodbye.